A warm greeting. Today is Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 5:30 p.m. local time in Florida, where preparations should be finishing for the impact of Hurricane Helene, which will arrive during the afternoon and evening hours of Thursday as a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Earlier today, Hurricane Helene passed very close to just northeast of the Yucatan Peninsula, bringing hurricane force winds affecting parts of Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Cozumel, as well as parts of western Cuba, where tropical storm force winds were reported as predicted. Now that the center of circulation is over the waters of the Gulf of Mexico, it is encountering very favorable conditions for rapid strengthening. In the 5 p.m. advisory, the National Hurricane Center reported maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, meaning it is close to becoming a Category 2 hurricane. The strengthening has been a bit faster than projected, and it is now anticipated that it will arrive with maximum sustained winds of approximately 130 miles per hour, equivalent to a Category 4 hurricane, which will be capable of causing devastation in parts of northern Florida and southern Georgia. In the visible satellite image, we can see the structure of the hurricane continuing to improve, and little by little, we are beginning to see a clearing eye. All of these are indications of the rapid intensification process that has already begun. In the following Doppler radar animation, you can see the bands that have been affecting western Cuba and parts of the northeast Yucatan Peninsula. However, as the night progresses, weather conditions will begin to improve in these areas, though additional rain and tropical storm force wind gusts are still expected. Regarding the track, models remain very consistent in projecting that it will continue moving north-northeast until it eventually reaches the Florida Panhandle, specifically very close to Jacksonville, and then the center of circulation will move over the state of Georgia. It is important to emphasize that although the center will pass quite a bit west of the Florida Peninsula, this is a very large system, and tropical storm force winds will cover basically the entire state. This is why a tropical storm warning remains in effect for all of Florida, and a hurricane warning is in effect for parts of northern Florida and southern Georgia. Also, the intensity models continue to project rapid strengthening over the next 24 hours, with some of them already predicting a Category 4 hurricane. This is the reason why the National Hurricane Center has raised the intensity forecast. Here you can see the intensity model projections, all of which show that it will make landfall in Florida as a powerful Category 4 hurricane. For this reason, residents in the northern part of the state should finish preparations tonight. To give you an idea, this image shows how the hurricane might look just before making landfall in Florida, and I believe it gives a clear idea of how dangerous this hurricane will be. In the 5 p.m. advisory, notice that the blue areas indicate where a tropical storm warning is in effect, covering basically the entire state of Florida, as well as parts of southern South Carolina, Georgia, and southeastern Alabama. Due to its rapid movement north-northeast, it is also expected to bring tropical storm conditions to areas as far north as Tennessee, North Carolina, and northern South Carolina. Here, you can see a projection of the wind gusts expected over the next 24 hours. In orange and red, you can see the tropical storm force winds that will cover the entire Florida peninsula. And in pink, the hurricane force winds with some gusts over 140 miles per hour that could affect areas near Tallahassee. So, where the center of circulation is expected to make landfall, devastation is likely due to destructive winds. As it moves further north Thursday night and into Friday, tropical storm force winds will spread into parts of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and eastern Tennessee, with wind gusts between 45 to 65 miles per hour. This will definitely cause problems with the power supply, so keep this in mind when completing your preparations. By Friday night into Saturday morning, tropical storm force winds could also reach parts of Virginia and West Virginia. In terms of rainfall, here are the projected accumulations for the next 72 hours. In regions of the Florida Panhandle, between 8 to 10 inches of rain are expected, and particularly for parts of western North Carolina and much of central and northern Georgia, between 4 to 6 inches of rain are expected. In addition to the wind and rain, do not forget that a significant storm surge event is also expected. In Florida's Big Bend, a storm surge of 15 to 20 feet above average sea level could be reported. If you live along the coast in Florida's Big Bend, you should evacuate to a safe place immediately. Well, that's all for this update. Here on Hurricane Info, I will continue recording videos to update the situation regarding Hurricane Helene. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications when I upload new videos. I will be recording the next update tomorrow morning. Until then, take care.